Hey guys, it is our second Sunday of Advent, and today we are going to be doing what is called the Bethlehem candle, or some people call it the candle of preparation. But on your sheet, what I sent to everybody, yours is actually called the candle of peace. This is the candle you have. If you haven't already colored it, you should color this candle purple. You can do that now or you can do it sometime this week, but this is the candle of peace, or it's also called the Bethlehem candle, and you need to color it purple. The Bethlehem candle reminds us that Jesus was promised to be born in Bethlehem, and we can find that promise in the Old Testament in the book of Micah. It's chapter 5, verse 2. And it says, "But you, O Bethlehem Ephrathah, are only a small village among all the people of Judah, yet a ruler of Israel, whose origins are in the distant past, will come from you on my behalf." So remember last week when we talked about our candle of hope, we remembered that because God keeps his promises, we can have hope. And this was one fulfillment of God's promises. He promised that Jesus would be born in Bethlehem, and he was. So there's our candle of hope. And now we're going to do we've got our Bethlehem candle, and now we're going to talk about why it's also the candle of peace. So you guys, how many of you guys have thought that this 2020 year has been exactly what you thought it was going to be? Anybody thought this year was exactly what you were expecting? It has been a really crazy year for everybody, hasn't it? We've had lots of stuff going on. There has been a whole lot of different things going on this year. Nothing like anything that I have expected. I have to be honest and tell you guys that there have been some times this year that I have had some things come up that I've been anxious about, and some things have happened that have caused me to be a little bit worried and concerned. What about you? You guys had any of those feelings this year? Maybe just a little? Well, our candle that we're going to talk about today is a really good reminder that one of God's promises is a promise of peace. So I'm going to light our peace candle, and it's going to be this next purple candle here. All right. And God's promise is actually Jesus talking to us. He's with his disciples, and he's talking in John chapter 14, verse 27, and he speaks to this feeling that we have of being anxious or worried, and this is what he has to say. He says, "I am leaving you with a gift, a gift of peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift that the world cannot give. So do not be troubled and do not be afraid." And I really like that Jesus says that to us. He says, don't be troubled and don't be afraid, because he gives us the gift of peace. And you guys, when we think about how big God is compared to our problems or our troubles or our worries that we're thinking about, how big is God? He is so much bigger than what our problems are. Our problems are so small compared to God. We really don't have a reason to be worried or anxious or afraid, because God is so much bigger than our problems, and he can take care of everything. So I want you guys to think about that when you get fearful or you get anxious or you get worried. Let this peace candle be a reminder to you that our God is bigger than all that, and he promised us that gift of peace, and we can have that peace when we put our trust in Jesus. And I've got one more verse I want to leave you with. It's from Isaiah verse 26, chapter 26, verse 3. It says, "You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you."